It's no secret the OWN party speakers from Walmart have been popular, including the medium, the large, but guess what? They have a new one. That's right, the extra large. We're going to check it out today. This new version, the extra large, is $249.99, and according to Walmart, this XL party speaker features an interactive display, audio streaming modes, LED lighting effects including light show projection, sound equalizer effects, plus 2 wireless microphones and karaoke modes. So what's in the box? The XL wireless party speaker, 2 wireless microphones with AA batteries, an AC power cable, and a quick start guide. Help you get started quickly.
This is not a Mickey Mouse program!
Features include dual 8-inch woofers, dual 2.75-inch tweeters, and 240 watts RMS power. Also 2 wireless microphones, 4.3-inch interactive LCD, rechargeable battery. Also Bluetooth, aux, USB, mic, guitar, Auracast, IPX4 water resistant. So much for your money. But wait, there's more. We have vocal and guitar removal. We have LED lighting effects. We also have a telescoping handle. And yes, we're going to take a deep dive into this speaker as well as the features, the specs. We're going to take it apart. We're going to check the RMS power output, all that fun stuff. And today must be my lucky day because it included not 1 but 2 quick start guides, as well as a user's manual which folded out like an old school map. Also, we see in the package here, we have the power cable. This is for plugging into the wall to charge up the unit. It also runs off of AC power. It's just a standard figure 8 style plug. Very simple, about 6 feet in length. Also includes 4 AA batteries. These are alkaline batteries. And here is one of the wireless microphones. It unscrews so you can put in the batteries there near the bottom. It is made out of plastic. Doesn't feel very high quality, but we'll check these out later in the video, see how they sound, see how they work. Also included is a silica gel pack. Make sure you toss this into your toolbox to keep the tools from rusting. And here we can see everything together. The 2 wireless mics, the batteries, the power cord, the 2 quick start guides, and the 1 owner's manual. As far as dimensions, 30 inches for the height, 16 inches for the width, 15.5 for the depth, 41 pounds for the weight. Also, we have the display and controls on the top for the volume, LCD, and quick access. In the middle, we have the speakers, the dual 8-inch drivers you can see there, as well as a dual 2.75-inch tweeters. You can see which are in the middle of the speaker. As with most party speakers, we have RGB LEDs. We have some across the top as a ring around the speakers, also dancing around the outside of the speaker grill. We have padded feet here on either side, so if you want to lay the speaker on the side instead of standing it upright, you're welcome to do that. Now, if you are standing the unit up and need to roll it around, of course, you do need wheels, and this thing has 4.5-inch wheels for rolling this sucker. Now, it does kind of look like a trash can, but the only trash you get is a trash you talk with the microphones hooked up. Also on the back is a disco light to enhance your party. It's like your own little disco ball in your own party speaker. It's kind of unique, kind of cool, I guess. Also, we're going to move on to the mic holders, or are they cup holders? No, they're microphone holders. Check this out. Pretty ingenious here, if I do say so myself. They swing out, the microphones fit right in here. How cool is that? Just below that is the inputs and power under a rubber flippity flap. We'll flippity flap it down here so you can see. The rubber here helps protect it from water splashing, of course. And inside that, we have USB for MP3 and WAV playback, also for charging your devices. We have an auxiliary input for 3.5 millimeter inputs. Also, we have the mic, guitar, 1/4-inch TRS, volume, and gain control for mics and guitars. You can have up to 4 mics with this. That's right, 2 included plus 2 extra. AC input for charging and operation. Also, the reset button in case all else fails. Push the reset button. Further down the unit, we have the bass port to let the boom breathe. You can see here, rather large in size. If you can't tell by size of my fist, it's 3.5 inches by approximately 12 inches. Also on the bottom of the speaker, we have the pole mount for raising it up, lift it up higher. Also a handle at the bottom for lifting it up kind of sideways if you need to. Moving to the top of the unit, we have the telescoping handle for rolling on a river. And you can see here it lifts up. It does only have 1 setting. Well, other than the all the way down. It has all the way up. There's no in-betweens. And you can see here it's approximately 12 inches in height. So it adds 12 inches to the 30, makes it 42 inches high. Also, we have a slot here for a phone or a tablet, not a slot machine. and a lot of phones will not fit if it has a thick case on it. I was not able to fit my Galaxy that had an OtterBox case, but here's a tablet that actually fits. So gives you an idea. You can sit some things here, but be careful. They might fall off because this thing bumps. Also, interactive screen here, and no, you can't touch this. Well, I just mean it's not a touch screen. It shows information such as input source, sound mode, connectivity status, and battery level. We'll show more of the LCD screen here coming up, but let's take a look at these quick access buttons across the front. There's 6 of them, which includes power, playback, and some of the other functions. Quick access to some of the other modes within the unit. Also, we have the large volume and selection, and it lets you move through the menu. That's right, since we don't have a touch screen, you have to use this kind of like an old school iPod, you know, the one that had the clicky wheel. It's kind of what they're trying to do here. It doesn't work that good, but it does work. Speaking of working, in order to turn it on, you have to press the power button for about half a second, according to the owner's manual, and it boots up, but it does take a little bit to boot up. We're going to show the counter here. It takes about 10 seconds to get it started up. So once we got it booted up, we decided to go ahead and get it connected via Bluetooth, on party speaker XL, and then it connects pretty much immediately, and we're ready to go. Let's try out the wireless mics. I do use rechargeable AA's. I will leave some links below to the ones I prefer, so let's try it out and see how it works.
Check, check. Yes. Yo, yo. Microphone's working in the house. Let's try number 2. Microphone number 2 is working. I'm not getting any feedback, and I'm standing right in front of the speaker. Kind of like that. It's got a little echo going on though. And I can stand right in front. Watch this. Usually when you do this with a speaker, you get all kind of feedback and it makes that whee, that horrible noise.
No way.
But I'm literally right in front of the speaker and I'm not getting any feedback at all. So this is pretty awesome as far as that part goes.
There's a lot of different options here for changing your vocals, using different vocal types, also setting additional echo, taking out the echo, doing a vocal remover, all those things. But I'm going to do a distance test first and find out how far it works away from the speaker.
Range test here of the microphone. Keep walking. Keep walking. Keep talking. How far is it going to work? Keep going. Keep going. All right, we're good 20, 30 yards away. Keep going. Notice my back is to the seat. Lose a little bit. Turn around. All right. 50, 75 yards away. Still working? I think we just lost Bluetooth connectivity.
These are FM microphones, not the best quality, but they do have pretty good range as long as you're in the wide open. Now let's try to find out if it bumped though by playing some music back, see how it sounds.
Got Dick Ricky lifts rolling in a minivan. Motorized face flipping like it's in a rock band. Hey, hey, hey. Pull it out the trunk, set it by the wall. Bluetooth in the room, got the whole block sold.
Sound was pretty good overall. We did a frequency range here using the pink noise, and you can see there definitely a boost between 50 and 80 hertz overall, and definitely dropped off in the high end.
All out rows in the line, hoods up, trunks up, shine in the sign. You talk horsepower, I talk arms. You race straightaways, I shake cones. Dial that gain to the rear glass.
Plugged in with one unit, I was able to obtain about 110 dB at about 6 feet, so that's pretty loud. Now to find out what's inside, we actually have to take it apart before we can do the amp dyno test. So let's go ahead, and luckily this speaker is very easy to take apart. You just pry off the grill on the front. Then there are, I think it's 8 screws, maybe 9. I don't know how to count. Yeah, 9 screws across the front. And then it just kind of separates. And as you can see, there is definitely a wooden enclosure inside, which is nice. And you can see the drivers there. There's also one connection that connects to the front. You want to unhook that before you pull it apart. But here you can see it. Does not look too bad to be the on-party speaker. Let's go ahead and take out the drivers here so we can take a closer look at these. And here is the enclosure. There's the 2 woofers as well as the 2 tweeters. And yeah, I mean, about what you'd expect for something of this price range. Not terrible, not great. But let's take a closer look inside the box. There you can see the periscope style port that goes to the bottom of the unit. You can also see the way that the handle kind of goes up and down. There's some aluminum rods in there and a few speaker cables and also some acoustic foam to help keep the resonance down. Overall, I was pretty impressed that this thing was actually made out of wood and not just made out of plastic like I thought it might be. Now, the woofers themselves are 3 ohm woofers. They ohm out at 2.4 ohms. They are 8 inches in diameter if you measure them from the outside. And for the height, they're a little bit over 4 inches, about 4¼ inches tall. There you can see the 1-inch voice coil. You can also see the spider there and the paper cone with the butyl rubber surround. Looks pretty good overall. Again, not terrible for a $250 speaker to have 2 of these. Has decent amount of throw, but unfortunately doesn't put out a whole lot of bass in the unit. The tweeter itself is rated 4 ohm and it does ohm out at 3.9. It's about 2 3/4 inches in diameter. It is a cone tweeter, which unfortunately is not a great sounding tweeter, but it is what it is. Now we'll take the screws off the back. This will give us access to several different components, including the amplifier and more. Let's take a look at the individual components shown here. On the far left is the amplifier with the TPA-based chips. We'll show those closer here in a minute. The input board is in the center. Of course, it also has the AC power jack. To the right of that, we have the power supply. This is a switching power supply. It takes AC power, converts it into DC for the amplifier, and for charging the battery pack. This is a lithium battery pack. We'll show that closer here in a minute. And there's the tuned bass port on the back of the unit. That's where it opens up. Now let's pull out this battery, take a closer look at it. It's definitely some 18650s in here. And it is 7.4 volts, 8600 milliamp per hour, 63.64 watt hours. Now, before we do the amp dyno test, we wanted to hook up the amplifier to the RTA to find out what the amplifier channels are sending to the speakers. And that's what we're seeing here. There was the woofer channels. Here is the tweeter channels. We're going to combine those and show you what it looks like all together. And once again, it's the V pattern, of course. Boost the highs, boost the lows, don't sound like bows. Now, of course, we have to put the amplifier on the SMD Jamor Engineering Amplifier Dyno to find out the true power output. RMS power measured here. Let's try the woofer channels at 40 hertz. This is plugged into AC power, 4 ohms. Certified test takes us to 1% distortion. And there you can see, average of about 41 watts per channel at 4 ohms at 40 hertz. Now that reminds us of what we saw before. It's very close, almost identical to what we got with the large party speaker. Dynamically sending a pulse tone of 40 hertz, we did get a little bit more power, about 53 watts per channel. So a little bit more there, but again, it kind of mimics the large party speaker. Now, if we want to try this just on battery without being plugged in, let's find out what the difference in power output is. And as you can expect, it was quite a bit. It was literally half. It's about 20 watts per channel at 4 ohms. Next up, we wanted to try it at 2.67. It does have a 3 ohm woofer, so this is the closest mode we have. Let's find out what it does certified to 1% at 40 hertz. And there you can see about 59 watts average per channel at 2 ohms. 2.67, I'm sorry. Dynamically sends a burst tone, again, of 40 hertz. Does give us more power here. That is always good because that means that we're getting a little bit more power, music power, to the speaker, around 71 watts per channel. And again, if we want to run this just off the battery and try this 2.67 ohm mode, let's try it and see the difference. And now if we can guess based on what we saw before, about half of what we saw before, around 30 watts. Yep, that's what we're seeing, about 29 or 30 watts per channel up to the clipping point. Now, I didn't show it on video, but for the tweeter channels, I only got 1 watt at 8 ohms and 2 watts at 4 ohms. Comparative to what I got before, I got quite a bit more before. I'm not sure if this had protection built in or something or some reason. But anyway, there's all the other tests. If you want to pause it and see the individual tests, there they are. Now, we wanted to take out the amplifier board, of course, because we got to take a closer look and find out what kind of amplified chips this thing uses. Sure, they are Class D, not made by Lay's. And here you can see the circuit board, see all the digital signal processing, the Bluetooth module, things like that. But what you'll notice is a rather large heatsink here at the bottom. And we kind of guess those 4 screws are holding the heatsink down. and protecting these TPA style Class D chips. And here we can see the thermal compound here. I decided to get out some isopropyl alcohol and the Q-tips and go ahead, clean those off so we can take a closer look at the chips themselves. And it shows YPHNAAC2, which did not show up anything online. But here we can see the woofer amps. There's 2 of them, and they're running bridge mode for the 2 woofers, and then the tweeter amp is a single amp running stereo for the 2 tweeters. And the power supply provides 24 volts to the amplifier board, so I'm assuming these are TPA 3116 amplifier chips or something very similar to those. Now let's talk about the pros and cons of the ON XL Party speaker. As with other ON speakers, definitely the value for the money. You're getting quite a bit here. Has a nice cabinet. The wheels and the handle make it easy to roll around. Has a vast array of inputs and includes 2 wireless microphones. Really cool with that. Each speaker is amplified, also works in stereo, so each individual unit can do stereo. True wireless stereo for hooking up 2 of these, or Auracast if you want to hook up multiples. Hopefully we'll try that sometime in the future. Now compared to the JBL Party Box 520, it's about the same size, but is it? Things that could be better, the LCD screen is hard to see. There's no remote control. Also no storage for the power cable. The battery is not easily swappable. The bass output is weak for something with 2 8s. The highs are kind of harsh the more I listen to it, so I wasn't a fan of that. The vocal and guitar remover functions did not work that great to me. There's no audio output for connecting another device unless you use wireless. And it's not a JBL Party Box 520, but it is 1/3 the cost. This is kind of the main menu of the screen. You can see it shows your volume level. We're at 18 right now. It shows that we have a microphone connected. It shows we have Bluetooth and some other things. But once you touch this button here, it allows you to get into the multi-function mode. And this is where the text is terribly small. Volume, sound, light, karaoke, guitar remover, light. Yes, I struggled to see these even with my spectacles, but here's what they're supposed to say. Now, what I didn't think about until after I made the video and talked about how bad it was to see this is I didn't take this little protective film off the front. Now, granted, it does make it easier to see with this, but it's still not great. The icons are still too small.
Just when I think you couldn't possibly be any dumber.
You big dummy.
My bad. Anyway, let's try the unit at 2 ohms on the woofer channel to find out how much power it puts out. The TPA 3116 should be able to handle 2 ohms, and you can see here it definitely did. Around 76 watts per channel. Again, for the woofers at 2 ohms, but they're 3 ohm woofers, so they won't see this much power, but it was interesting to see. Let's try it dynamically, sending the pulse tone into the amp, and there you can see about 80 watts per channel at 2 ohms. Thanks as always for watching. Make sure you smash me a thumbs up. If there's anything I didn't show that you want to see, let me know in the comments below. Let me know what you think about this ON XL Party speaker. Appreciate you guys as always. Till next time, know where Big D is. Got some more speakers, and I'm out of here.